My friends, nothing in your life happens by accident. What you call coincidence is simply the language of the unseen. When a great blessing is about to break forth into your life, it does not arrive without first whispering its approach. The universe gives hints, signs, and stirrings that tell you something new is already forming. The first sign is restlessness. When you feel as though the old season no longer fits you, it is not because you are lost. It is because you are being prepared for the new. That discontent is not a curse, but a signal that expansion is at your door. The second sign comes in the form of unusual alignments, what many call coincidences. A meeting, a word, a repeated number, a dream. All of these are confirmations that the path is being cleared for your blessing. These are not random. They are the proof that your unseen reality is pressing into visibility. The third sign is detachment. Suddenly, things you once chased no longer hold you. The people, the habits, the distractions that kept you bound begin to fall away. This is not loss, it is clearing. It is the removal of what no longer belongs to the life you are about to step into. The fourth sign is an inner calm. Just before the blessing appears, there is a quiet knowing that you cannot explain. A peace that says, it is already done. That stillness is the surest evidence that you are aligned with your answered prayer. The fifth sign often feels like testing. Obstacles rise, not to destroy you, but to confirm that you will not turn back to the old. They are the shadows before dawn, the resistance that proves something greater is pushing through. So if you are noticing these signs, rejoice. Do not fear the restlessness, the coincidences, the detachment, the calm, or even the challenges. They are not the end. They are the announcement that a great blessing is near. Hold fast to the vision. Live as though it is already yours, and soon what was once only felt within will stand before you in the flesh. Life is never silent. It is always speaking, not through words alone, but through signs, impressions, and subtle reflections that appear in the world around you. What you notice in your outer world is nothing more than a mirror of your inner state. The thoughts you dwell upon, the feelings you nurture, and the beliefs you carry quietly shape what appears before you. If your heart is heavy, you will see heaviness everywhere. If your heart is lifted, you will see doors opening where before there were only walls. The outer world is not commanding you, it is obeying you. Every encounter, every circumstance, and every unexpected event has its roots in your unseen life within. When you awaken to this truth, you begin to live with greater awareness. No longer do you brush off small signs as meaningless. A conversation overheard at the right moment, a repeated number appearing throughout your day, a chance meeting with someone who speaks to your hidden desire. These are not accidents. They are signals showing you the alignment of your inner and outer states. The mistake many make is to think life is happening to them, that the outer world determines their inner condition. But the reverse is true. The outer world bends itself to the convictions you hold deep within. If you believe in lack, you will encounter lack in countless forms. If you cultivate a belief in abundance, life will reflect abundance through opportunities, connections, and provision. What you notice is always tied to what you are inwardly assuming. Life, in this way, is a perfect teacher. It reveals where you are inwardly standing. If you are surrounded by recurring patterns of disappointment, it is not to punish you, but to awaken you. It is a reflection urging you to shift the image you are carrying inside yourself. Until you alter the root, your inner assumption, the branches will keep producing the same fruit, But here lies the beauty. The moment you change within, the world must change without. Life cannot help but echo your inner transformation. The signs will shift. Where there was once resistance, you will find flow. Where there was delay, you will feel momentum. Where doors once stayed shut, they will swing open. The mirror cannot lie. It must reveal the truth of what you are inwardly projecting. This is why paying attention to signs is so vital. They are not random, they are messages. If you notice repetition, synchronicity, or patterns that feel charged with meaning, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what inner state are these things pointing to? Often the world gives you confirmation that your inner prayer has already been answered. You may feel restless because life is preparing to shift. You may encounter coincidences that assure you something new is unfolding. These outer signs are simply mirrors of your inner readiness. So let life speak to you. Let it remind you that you are the one writing the script. The world around you is the stage, but the play begins in the secret place within. To change the outer picture, you must first attend to the inner film. And when you do, the signs will not only confirm your transformation, but also guide you gently toward the blessing that is already waiting to appear. Restlessness is not something to fear or suppress. It is a signal, a gentle nudge from within, that your spirit is preparing for change. When you feel restless, when the old routines no longer satisfy you, and when the familiar feels strangely uncomfortable, it is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that something new is unfolding. That stirring inside is the movement of life itself, telling you that the chapter you have been living is nearing its close and a new page is ready to be written. So often, people misinterpret restlessness as dissatisfaction or confusion. They think it means they are failing, that they are off course, or that they have lost direction. But in truth, restlessness is the very evidence that you are moving closer to alignment with your deeper desire. The world you once fit into begins to feel too small because you are expanding beyond it. The conversations, the habits, the daily patterns that once gave you comfort no longer do so because they belong to an old version of you. This inner unease is life's way of preparing you for what you have asked for, even if you cannot yet see it with your eyes. Think of it as the soil shifting before a seed breaks through. Beneath the surface, change is taking place. The seed does not remain buried forever. It presses upward, breaking through the ground into the light. The pressure it feels, the resistance, and the movement of the soil are all part of the process of birth. In the same way, your restlessness is the movement of the unseen reality pressing into visibility. Something greater than your current circumstances is calling you forward. And you can feel its pull even if you cannot yet name it. Corella, you have the wall you need. This restlessness often appears before blessings. It may feel uncomfortable, but it is holy. It is a sign that you are no longer content to live within the limits you once accepted. Your spirit is refusing to settle for less than what is truly yours. You begin to sense that there is more, and that quiet discontent urges you to let go of the old and make space for the new. Do not fight it. Do not run from it. Instead, recognize it as a sure sign that your blessing is near. Restlessness can also strip away what no longer serves you. You may feel a sudden urge to distance yourself from environments, relationships, or habits that drain your energy. Things that once felt comfortable begin to feel heavy. This is not loss. It is clearing. The new cannot enter while you are still holding tightly to the old. That restless stirring within you is not meant to bring anxiety, but freedom. It is guiding you to release what has run its course so that your hands may be open to receive what is waiting. If you are feeling restless now, take heart. It is not a sign of emptiness, but of fulfillment drawing closer. It is the quiet proof that life is shifting on your behalf, that the reality you have imagined is already forming. The unease you feel is simply the stretch between what has been and what is coming. Rest in the knowledge that this restlessness is not the end. It is the announcement of a new beginning. There are no accidents in life. What many call coincidences are in truth the language of the unseen, a way the invisible communicates with the visible. When unusual patterns begin to emerge around you, when synchronicities appear too precise to dismiss, it is a sure sign that a blessing is drawing near. These moments are not random events strung together without meaning. They are evidence that the inner and outer worlds are aligning, that what you have carried within is beginning to press forward into reality. Think of a time when you thought of someone and almost instantly they called or appeared. Or when you were seeking guidance and overheard a conversation that answered your unspoken question. Or perhaps you kept seeing the same number, word, or symbol over and over again so persistently that it felt like a gentle tap on your shoulder from something greater. These are synchronicities, and they are never meaningless. They are the signposts on the road to manifestation, letting you know that you are on the right path. Unusual coincidences often intensify when you are nearing a breakthrough. They gather around you like whispers of assurance saying, "Keep going. It is already done." The very thing you desire begins to leave traces in your world before it arrives in full. It is as though life cannot resist dropping hints of what is to come. You may meet someone who connects you to the next opportunity. You may stumble upon information at just the right moment. You may walk into a place you've never been before and feel as though you were meant to be there. These moments are not accidents. They are alignments. What is unfolding in such times is the merging of your inner conviction with the outer world. The blessing you have held in imagination is finding its way to you, and synchronicities are its footprints. The unseen always gives signs before it arrives in form. Just as dawn gives hints of light before the sun fully rises, so too do coincidences appear as signs of the blessing that is drawing near. Many people dismiss these moments, brushing them aside as chance, but those who are awake understand that life is deliberate. They recognize that every repeated pattern, every meeting, and every unusual alignment is a response to their own inner state. What you notice is not random, it is reflection. If you have been dwelling on abundance, on love, on healing, and then life begins to show you signs connected to these desires, it is because your inner reality is taking shape in the outer world. These synchronicities also carry reassurance. In seasons where you may doubt, where you wonder if what you desire is truly possible, life sends you reminders that you are not forgotten. A word, a sign, an encounter appears at just the right time to restore your faith. The blessing is closer than your senses can perceive, and the unusual coincidences you experience are its quiet announcement. So when synchronicities gather around you, do not ignore them. Smile, for they are the forerunners of your answered prayer. They are the visible evidence of an invisible promise. They are the gentle proof that what you have longed for is already moving toward you. Trust these signs, walk with confidence, for every unusual coincidence is a message from life itself, declaring that your blessing is almost here. Detachment is often misunderstood. Many think it means coldness or indifference, but in truth, it is a sacred process of release. When you find yourself no longer clinging to the things that once consumed your mind, when the habits, relationships or desires that once mattered begin to lose their grip on you, it is not a loss, it is preparation. Detachment from the old is the way life clears the ground so that something new can take root. Without this release, there is no space for the blessing that is already drawing near. Everything in life has its season. There are people, places, and patterns that serve a purpose for a time. They shape you, they teach you, they reflect where you once stood. But when that season is complete, holding on becomes heavy. What once brought joy begins to feel draining. What once seemed necessary begins to feel unnecessary. That subtle shift in your heart is not rejection, it is alignment. Life is moving you beyond what you have outgrown. Detachment is one of the clearest signs that a new reality is unfolding. You begin to notice that your desire to chase certain things fades. You no longer feel the urge to force outcomes, to cling to approval, or to keep proving yourself. Instead, a quiet stillness takes over, and you realize that letting go is not failure but freedom. The truth is, your blessing cannot enter hands that are tightly gripping what is no longer meant for you. Only open hands can receive. This process can feel uncomfortable because it often comes with endings. Relationships may drift apart. Certain opportunities may close. Old habits may suddenly feel unbearable. But rather than seeing this as loss, understand it as clearing. Just as a gardener prunes branches so that the tree can grow stronger, life removes what no longer belongs so that you may stand ready for increase. Detachment is pruning, and pruning always precedes greater fruit. There is also a deep wisdom in detachment. It shows that your identity is no longer tied to what was temporary. You realize you are more than your possessions, more than your titles, more than the roles you once played. When you detach from the old, you reclaim your power. You stop being bound to appearances and begin to live from the unseen where true creation takes place. This shift within you is the very space through which your blessing enters. Think of it as cleaning a room. If the space is crowded with old broken things, there is no room for something new to be placed there. But the moment you clear it out, the emptiness does not mean lack, it means readiness. Detachment feels like that emptiness at first, but it is never the end. It is the announcement that the new is already on its way. So if you feel yourself loosening from what once mattered, do not resist it, trust it. The detachment you feel is a divine sign. It is life preparing you to receive more than you once believed possible. The blessing cannot come to the one who clings desperately to yesterday. It comes to the one who has made space, the one who understands that letting go of the old is the highest form of faith, and in that faith the new is free to enter. There is a stillness that comes before great change, a calm that settles deep within you even when the outer world appears unchanged. This inner peace is not weakness, nor is it indifference. It is the quiet assurance that what you have longed for, prayed for, and imagined is already secured. Just as the dawn has no struggle in rising, your blessing needs no force to arrive. The peace you feel before the breakthrough is the surest sign that manifestation is near. This calm does not come from seeing evidence with your eyes. It does not come from the world confirming your hope. Rather, it arises from a deeper knowing, a certainty that transcends appearances. It is the moment when you no longer feel the urge to beg, chase, or push. You no longer carry the heaviness of doubt. Instead, a lightness fills your spirit, as though the burden has already lifted. That is the inner confirmation that the unseen has already moved on your behalf. Think of a seed planted in the soil. Long before the sprout breaks through the earth, there is a period of silence. To the eye, nothing seems to be happening, yet within life is stirring, roots are spreading, and growth is already underway. The farmer rests because he trusts the process. In the same way, when you have aligned yourself with your vision, there comes a point where striving ends and assurance takes its place. That is the peace before the breakthrough. This peace may feel unusual at first, especially if you are used to striving and struggling. You might even question it, wondering if you should be doing more, forcing more, or proving more. But the calm assurance you feel is not laziness, it is power. It means you have shifted from doubt into faith, from waiting into knowing. In that state, you no longer measure time by appearances because you understand that what you hold within must by law appear without. Often, this peace comes just before the visible change. It is as if your soul knows before your senses do. You may wake up one morning and feel a lightness, an unexplainable joy, as though something wonderful is on its way. You may notice that your heart no longer races with worry, even though nothing in the outer world has changed yet. That is because the breakthrough has already been birthed inwardly, and the outer world is simply catching up. This calm also protects you during the final stretch. When challenges rise or delays appear, they no longer shake you. You remain steady because your assurance is not tied to what the world shows you. You have seen the outcome within, and that vision carries its own peace. This is the unshakable ground on which breakthroughs stand. So when you feel this inner peace, cherish it. Do not mistake it for emptiness or inaction. Recognize it as the strongest evidence that your manifestation is near. The blessing you have long awaited is already yours in spirit, and peace is the signal that its arrival in form is certain. This calm is not the absence of movement, it is the quiet announcement that the breakthrough has already begun. Challenges often arrive at the very doorstep of your blessing. Just before a new season unfolds, life has a way of presenting trials, delays, or unexpected difficulties. These testing moments are not punishments. They are shadows that appear before the light fully breaks through. They exist not to destroy your faith, but to strengthen it. Not to deny you, but to confirm that you are ready to hold what you have asked for. It is easy to misinterpret these moments. When obstacles arise, when people turn away, when things seem to fall apart, many assume it means the blessing is not coming. But the opposite is true. The intensity of the test is often a sign of how near the breakthrough is. Just as the darkest hour comes before dawn, the heaviest resistance often comes just before the manifestation. The shadow is not the end. It is proof that light is pressing forward. Testing moments serve a deeper purpose. They reveal your inner posture. Do you still believe when the evidence looks contrary? Do you still stand in faith when appearances seem to deny your vision? The blessing you seek requires a certain strength, a stability of spirit that will not be shaken by outer circumstances. Challenges give you the chance to anchor yourself more deeply in that strength. They strip away doubt and demand that you decide whether you will live by sight or by inner conviction. Think of a seed once more. Before it breaks the surface, the soil resists it. The seed must press upward, meeting pressure on every side. But that resistance is not there to keep it buried. It is there to prepare it for life above the ground. Without the push, the seed would not grow strong enough to stand. In the same way, your challenges are the resistance that prepares you to hold the blessing without fear, without weakness, without hesitation. These moments also reveal what no longer belongs in your journey. Sometimes the test comes in the form of people walking away, doors closing, or opportunities collapsing. It may feel like loss, but it is really alignment. Life clears away what would weigh you down in the new season. The testing ensures that when the blessing arrives, it finds you unburdened, ready, and whole. The key in these moments is to see beyond appearances. If you only look at what seems to be happening, you will feel discouraged. But if you understand that the challenge is temporary, that it is only the shadow of a greater light, then you can face it with calm assurance. You do not run, you do not collapse, you do not surrender to fear. You stand still, knowing that the very presence of the challenge means you are closer than ever. So when testing moments appear, do not despair. Do not interpret them as failure or delay. See them for what they truly are, signs of nearness. Shadows are proof of light. Resistance is proof of growth. And challenges, far from being barriers, are confirmations that the blessing you have been preparing for is already pressing into your life. Stand firm, for what you desire is not being withheld, it is being delivered. And so, my friends, if you are noticing these signs, restlessness stirring within you, unusual coincidences aligning, detachment from what once mattered, an inner peace settling in, or even the testing moments that seem to press against you, rejoice. These are not random, they are not obstacles. They are the clear announcements that a great blessing is near. Life always whispers before it reveals. What you feel and what you see are simply the footsteps of your answered prayer approaching. Hold fast to your vision. Do not waver in doubt. Trust the signs, for they are guiding you toward what is already yours. Remember, nothing is against you. Everything is working to prepare you, to shape you, and to position you for the new reality unfolding in your life. Your blessing is closer than you think. Walk with assurance, rest in the knowing, and be ready to receive. Thank you for listening, and may you walk forward with faith, peace, and the quiet certainty that your greatest breakthrough is just around the corner.
Today I want you to hear this truth. With the deepest part of your being, the universe is about to return everything you've lost. The losses, the disappointments, the heartbreaks, they are not the end, but simply part of a greater cycle. What you've lost was never truly lost. The universe does not take things from you without a plan to return them, and in many cases the return is far greater than you could ever imagine. Your thoughts shape your reality. And in this moment, everything that you've desired is on its way to you. You may not see it yet, but I assure you, the wheels are in motion. You see, the law of attraction is not some abstract idea. It's a law that operates every moment of every day. Your thoughts are the energy that commands the universe to deliver what you need. If you've been feeling as if you've lost everything, let me remind you, you have only been in a period of waiting. A time for your thoughts to align with the abundance that is already yours. Do not look at your circumstances, your current reality, or the things that seem impossible. Instead, believe. Believe in the unseen. Trust that the universe is responding to the powerful thoughts you've been holding in your mind, thoughts of restoration and reclamation. The key to unlocking this return is your unwavering faith. Faith in yourself, faith in the universe, faith in the process. Your desires are already on their way. Now you must surrender to the process. Release any need to control the how or the when. The universe works in its own time. When you stop chasing, stop questioning, and stop worrying, you open the space for the miraculous to enter your life. It's time to trust that what is yours will always come back to you. You are a creator, and the universe responds to your vision. Visualize every single thing you've lost, whether it's a person, a possession, or an opportunity, returning to you in its highest form. Imagine it now, feel it as if it's already in your life, and know that your visualization is shaping your future. The clearer your vision, the faster your reality will reflect it. In the midst of this journey, always remain grateful, even for the losses. Gratitude is the energy that brings more of what you want into your life. When you thank the universe for what you've lost, you open a channel for it to come back, multiplied and perfected. Right now, the universe is at work, returning to you everything that you've lost, and so much more. Keep the faith, keep the vision clear, and stay open. Everything is returning to you, and it's going to be more magnificent than you could have ever imagined. Every experience, every encounter, every circumstance in your life, whether good or bad, has its roots in the thoughts you have held in your mind. This is the fundamental truth behind the law of attraction. The law of attraction is not some mystical concept, it is a universal principle that governs your existence. It is the very mechanism through which your reality is created. Your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas or passing whims. They are powerful energies that shape the world around you. When you understand this, when you truly grasp the significance of your thoughts, you realize that you are the creator of your life. The universe, in its vast and infinite wisdom, responds to the energy you emit through your thoughts. Every thought you think sends out a frequency, an energetic signature into the universe. And the universe, in turn, mirrors that frequency back to you in the form of experiences, people, and events. Whether you are conscious of it or not, you are constantly sending out vibrations into the world. If you are focused on scarcity, lack, or fear, the universe will reflect more of that back to you. If you are focused on abundance, love, and possibility, the universe will respond with more of the same. One of the key aspects of the law of attraction is that it doesn't distinguish between positive and negative thoughts. It doesn't care whether you're thinking about something you want or something you don't want. The energy behind your thoughts is what matters. For example, if you constantly worry about not having enough money, you're emitting a vibration of lack and scarcity. The universe, without judgment, responds by bringing more lack into your life. It doesn't matter that your intention is to have abundance, the frequency you're sending out is one of not having enough. And so that becomes your reality. On the other hand, when you focus on what you desire, when you align your thoughts with abundance, the universe has no choice but to respond accordingly. Abundance is not a limited resource. There is more than enough for everyone. The universe operates on an infinite scale, and your ability to tap into that abundance begins with your thoughts. When you consistently think about wealth, health, love, and success, you begin to attune yourself to the frequency of those things. As your thoughts align with this higher vibration, the universe starts to rearrange itself in order to bring those things into your life. But it's not just about positive thinking. It's about genuinely shifting your mindset, your emotions, and your belief system. It's about aligning every part of your being with the abundant nature of the universe. You must feel the emotions of abundance in your heart, not just think the thoughts. The thoughts and feelings must match, for the universe responds to your vibration as a whole, not just one aspect of it. If your mind is filled with thoughts of wealth, but your heart is filled with fear of not having enough, then you are sending out conflicting signals. This inner conflict is what causes delays and struggles in manifesting your desires. The key to unlocking the power of the law of attraction is to align your mind with what you want, and to do so consistently. It's not enough to think positively for a few minutes or days and expect the universe to respond. The law of attraction requires persistence. It requires that you consistently focus your thoughts on what you want, and that you feel gratitude for the things you have, even before they manifest in your life. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions you can emit. When you are grateful for what you have, the universe will bring more things for you to be grateful for. As you begin to align your mind with abundance, you will notice that your reality begins to shift. Opportunities will appear that you never saw before. People will come into your life who resonate with your newfound vibration. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, will bring you what you have focused on. But remember, the law of attraction is not magic. It is simply the natural response of the universe to the energy you are emitting. The more you align your thoughts with abundance, the more the universe will respond with abundance in your life. The power has always been within you. It is now time for you to claim it. You are not a passive observer in the world, simply drifting through life as events unfold around you. You are the creator of your reality, the architect of every experience you encounter. This truth is not just a philosophical concept, but a fundamental law of the universe that governs your existence. Every moment of your life is the result of the thoughts, beliefs, and actions that you have chosen in the past, and in every new moment you hold the power to create and recreate your reality. The idea that you are the creator of your life can be difficult to grasp for many. We often find ourselves caught in the belief that external circumstances, other people, or forces beyond our control determine the course of our lives. But this is an illusion. The truth is, you are the one who shapes your world. Your mind is a powerful tool, capable of shaping your life in ways that may seem impossible at first glance. When you realize this, when you truly believe it, everything in your life begins to shift. Your thoughts are the blueprint for the reality you experience. Just as an architect designs a building before it takes form in the physical world, your mind designs your reality before it manifests in your life. Every idea, every desire, every goal you hold in your heart is the foundation for what you will eventually see around you. If you focus on what you want, rather than what you don't have, you are laying the foundation for a future that aligns with your desires. The key is to consciously direct your thoughts, to choose thoughts that empower you, and to reject those that limit you. When you understand that you are the creator of your reality, you realize that you also have the power to rebuild and restore what has been lost. Whether it's love, wealth, health, or peace of mind, the power to manifest and restore these things is within you. Nothing is beyond your reach, for you are the one who holds the keys to your own transformation. You are not at the mercy of external forces. Instead, you are the force that shapes the world around you. What you have lost is not gone forever. It is simply waiting for you to restore it with your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Restoration begins with a shift in perspective. It requires you to recognize that loss is not permanent, but rather an opportunity for growth. When something is taken from you, whether it's a relationship, an opportunity, or a piece of your own sense of self, it is a sign that something better is on its way. But in order for that better thing to come, you must first recognize the power you have to create it. You must believe that you are worthy of what you desire, and you must be willing to rebuild your life in alignment with your highest vision. To manifest, rebuild, and restore, you must first become aware of your thoughts and beliefs. You must question the narrative you've been telling yourself about what is possible. Have you been believing in scarcity or lack? Have you been telling yourself that it is too late to have what you want, or that you are not deserving of success and happiness? These limiting beliefs are the very things that keep you from creating the life you desire. When you change your internal narrative and begin to believe in your ability to create, everything around you begins to change as well. But this process does not happen overnight. You must be patient, persistent, and committed to your vision. As you focus on what you want to create, you will begin to see signs that the universe is working in your favor. Opportunities will arise that align with your new mindset. People will come into your life who support and uplift you. The pieces will fall into place in ways that seem almost magical, but they are the natural result of the power you have harnessed within yourself. You are the creator of your reality, and the universe is always responding to your thoughts and feelings. The power to manifest, rebuild, and restore is yours. The only question is, will you take control of your life and use that power to create the reality you deserve? The choice is always yours, and the universe is waiting for you to step into your full potential. Faith is a powerful force, an unseen energy that flows through the fabric of your reality, connecting your desires to their eventual manifestation. It is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Faith allows you to trust in the unseen forces of the universe, even when the physical evidence of your desires seems absent. It is the belief that what you seek is already on its way to you, regardless of what your current circumstances suggest. Faith is not just about believing in something abstract or intangible. It is an unwavering trust in the process of creation. When you have faith, You acknowledge that the universe is always working in your favor, even when you can't see it with your physical eyes. It is the understanding that the circumstances around you do not dictate the outcome of your desires. The outer world is merely a reflection of the inner world, and faith gives you the strength to believe that your inner world is more powerful than anything external. When you truly understand the power of faith, you realize that it is not dependent on what you can see or hear. Faith is an internal knowing that what you desire is inevitable. It is the confidence that, despite appearances, the universe is aligning everything in your favor. This knowing comes from within, from the understanding that the universe is not limited by time or space. It works on a higher plane, orchestrating events, people, and opportunities that align perfectly with your desires. It's important to note that faith is not a passive state of waiting. It's an active force that requires you to remain committed to your vision, even when challenges arise. In fact, the more you are faced with adversity, the stronger your faith must become. Faith is not just believing when things are going well, but trusting in the process even when things seem to be falling apart. It's in these moments that your faith is tested and strengthened. When your current circumstances do not align with your desires, it is easy to doubt, to question whether the universe is really on your side. This is where faith becomes crucial. Faith is the ability to remain steadfast in your belief, even when everything around you seems to be saying otherwise. It is the courage to continue moving forward with the knowing that the universe is at work, behind the scenes, rearranging things for your highest good. You see, the universe does not work according to the timeline you have in mind. Your desires are already in motion, but they may not manifest according to your expectations or at the exact moment you want them. This is where the power of faith truly lies, in trusting that the universe's timing is always perfect. Faith allows you to release the need for control and surrender to the flow of life. It's about trusting that even if things don't look the way you want them to right now, everything is unfolding as it should. To have faith is to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the belief that what you desire is already yours. When you trust that the universe is guiding you, you stop trying to force things into place. Instead, you take inspired action, knowing that the steps you take are leading you toward your desired outcome. Faith is not about sitting back and doing nothing. It is about taking inspired action with the confidence that the universe is working alongside you to manifest your dreams. One of the greatest gifts faith gives you is peace. When you trust in the unseen forces at play, you no longer have to worry about how or when your desires will manifest. You simply know that they will. Faith removes the fear of the unknown and replaces it with an inner peace, a knowing that everything is unfolding in divine order. Faith is the key to unlocking the doors of manifestation. It is the power that allows you to believe in the inevitable return of what is yours, even if your present circumstances suggest otherwise. When you cultivate unwavering faith in the process and in the universe, you open yourself to receive everything you've ever dreamed of, knowing that it is already on its way. Trust in the unseen forces, for they are always working in your favor, guiding you toward the fulfillment of your deepest desires. Surrendering to the process of manifestation is one of the most profound shifts you can make in your journey of creation. It requires a deep understanding that while you are the creator of your reality, you are not in control of every detail, every timing, or the precise way in which your desires will unfold. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, operates on a level far beyond your current understanding, and it knows exactly when and how to return what is rightfully yours. Your role is to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desires, but then to let go of the need to control how they will manifest. Attachment to the how and the when is one of the most common obstacles to manifesting your desires. You may have a clear vision of what you want, but often the mind begins to obsess over how it will happen. Will it come through a certain job, relationship, or opportunity? When will it arrive? The more you focus on these questions, the more you create resistance to the very thing you want. You are essentially telling the universe that you don't trust the process, that you don't believe it has a better plan for you. The truth is, You are not meant to control the details. Surrendering to the process means trusting that the universe will deliver what is meant for you in a way that you could not have possibly anticipated. The universe works in its own time and space. This means that it does not operate on the same linear timeline that we often impose on ourselves. The universe is not bound by time, and it is not confined to our limited perceptions of how things should unfold. It is working behind the scenes, aligning people, opportunities, and circumstances in a way that is perfect for your growth and evolution. What may seem like delays or detours are simply the universe making sure that everything falls into place in the most harmonious way possible. When you surrender to this process, you stop trying to micromanage the unfolding of your desires. You release the pressure to make things happen at a certain speed or in a specific manner. Instead, you begin to trust that everything is unfolding in divine order, even if it doesn't match your initial expectations. This shift in perspective allows you to relax into the process, knowing that the universe is always working in your favor. Surrender is not about giving up on your dreams, it's about letting go of the need to control the timing and the how. It is about trusting that you are worthy of what you desire and that the universe will bring it to you in the most perfect way. When you trust the process, you free yourself from the anxiety and frustration that come from trying to force things into existence. You create space for your desires to manifest without the resistance of doubt and fear. One of the most liberating aspects of surrendering to the process is that it allows you to focus on what truly matters, the present moment. When you are not consumed with worrying about the future or how things will unfold, you can fully immerse yourself in the here and now. You can enjoy the journey, appreciating every step along the way, and trust that your desires are being guided toward you. The universe is always in motion. Even when you cannot see it, it is constantly rearranging circumstances and orchestrating events to bring you closer to your desires. Your job is to stay aligned with your vision, remain open to the possibilities, and allow the universe to work its magic. When you stop trying to control every detail, you create space for miracles to unfold. Surrendering to the process also involves releasing any attachment to outcomes. Sometimes we become so attached to a particular outcome that we close ourselves off to other possibilities. We may become fixated on one specific way that things should manifest, and in doing so, we limit the flow of energy. When you let go of attachment to a specific outcome, you open yourself up to the infinite possibilities that the universe has to offer. You trust that whatever is meant for you will come, and that it will come in the perfect form and timing. Surrender is the key to receiving everything you've ever desired. It's about trusting in the flow of life and the wisdom of the universe. When you let go of the need to control the how and when you align with the natural rhythm of creation, you become a vessel through which your desires flow effortlessly into your life. By surrendering to the process, you allow the universe to return to you what is rightfully yours, knowing that it will come at exactly the right time and in exactly the right way. Trust in the process, and everything you desire will manifest in perfect harmony. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. It is an energy that can shift the trajectory of your life in an instant. When you express genuine gratitude for what you have, for the things that are going well, and even for the things you've lost, you create a powerful energetic channel that allows the universe to respond in kind, returning to you that which you have expressed appreciation for. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a vibration that communicates to the universe your openness to receive more, to receive even greater abundance. The act of gratitude is an acknowledgement that you are already abundant. It may be easy to express thanks when everything is going well, when you're receiving the things you desire, but true power lies in expressing gratitude for what has been lost. When you can appreciate what you've lost, even if it seems like a setback or a disappointment, you send a message to the universe that you understand its greater plan. Loss, in this sense, is not permanent. It is a temporary moment that has made space for something even better to come into your life. By giving thanks for these losses, you open yourself to receive far more than you could have imagined. Gratitude aligns you with the energy of abundance. When you focus on the good in your life, no matter how small, you begin to shift your vibration. Every moment of gratitude you express raises your energy and sends a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more. The more you are thankful, the more you attract into your life. Gratitude is not about the circumstances in which you find yourself, but about your attitude toward them. It is an invitation for the universe to bring more into your experience, whether it's more love, more wealth, or more opportunities. It's an open invitation to receive all the blessings that life has to offer. The universe works on a law of resonance. Like attracts like, and when you send out positive energy through gratitude, you create a frequency that attracts similar energy back to you. The energy of gratitude vibrates at a high frequency, and the universe, which is always in motion, responds in kind. As you express appreciation for what you have, even if it is just the simple, everyday things, you open yourself up to a flow of energy that matches that high vibration. This flow can bring back not only what you've lost, but even more of what you desire. It's the law of abundance in action. When you are grateful for what you've lost, you are essentially closing the door to lack and opening a window to abundance. Often people focus on what is missing from their lives, what they don't have, and this focus keeps them locked in a state of scarcity. But gratitude shifts that focus to what you already have, even if it's just the lessons learned from past experiences or the growth that has occurred from the challenges you faced. By shifting your focus in this way, you create an energetic space for the universe to return to you that which you've lost, and even more, in a way that you couldn't have planned. The key to this energetic exchange is sincerity. True gratitude is not simply saying thank you for the sake of it. It is feeling the energy of gratitude deep within your being. It is a heartfelt appreciation for everything in your life, including the difficult moments. When you genuinely feel gratitude, you raise your vibrational frequency, and this aligns you with the flow of abundance. You become a magnet for blessings, and the universe responds by bringing you even greater opportunities, love, wealth, and experiences that align with your desires. It is important to remember that gratitude does not mean resignation. It is not about accepting circumstances that you do not want to remain in. Rather, gratitude is about acknowledging that everything is temporary and that the universe is always in motion, working behind the scenes to bring what is best for you. When you focus on gratitude, even in times of loss or difficulty, you are signaling to the universe that you trust the process, that you believe that better things are on their way. By consistently practicing gratitude, you open yourself up to a constant flow of blessings. The more you appreciate, the more you create space for the universe to give you more to appreciate. Gratitude is a continual cycle. What you give, you receive. What you appreciate expands. When you express gratitude for what you've lost, you create an energetic channel that allows the universe to bring it back in even greater abundance. You allow your desires to return to you multiplied, and this abundance flows to you in ways that are often beyond your imagination. Gratitude is a key to unlocking the universe's abundant flow. It is a tool for manifesting everything you've lost and more. When you practice gratitude for all that you have and for all that you've lost, you align with the energy of abundance, inviting the universe to bring your desires back in even greater form. The power of vision is an often overlooked yet essential tool in the process of manifestation. To visualize with intensity and clarity is to activate the creative power that lies within you. When you hold a clear mental image of what you desire to return to you, you are essentially programming your mind and the universe itself to bring that vision into physical reality. The clearer and more vivid your vision, the quicker the universe will respond, aligning people, events, and circumstances to bring that vision to life. Your mind is a powerful instrument that can shape your reality, and vision acts as the blueprint for that creation. Vision is not merely daydreaming, it is a focused, deliberate practice that involves engaging your imagination, emotions, and senses in the process of seeing your desires as if they are already here. The more detailed your vision, the more potent it becomes. For instance, if you are visualizing the return of something you've lost, whether it's a relationship, financial abundance, or peace of mind, you must see it clearly in your mind's eye. Imagine the feelings associated with having that thing again, how it looks, how it feels, the emotions it stirs within you. When you can vividly imagine your desires and experience the emotions tied to them, you send a strong signal to the universe, a signal that is charged with energy and intent. This energy becomes the force that compels the universe to respond. Clarity in your vision is crucial. The more precise and focused you are about what you want, the more accurately the universe can deliver it. If your vision is muddled or vague, the universe cannot align to your desires effectively. Think about a time when you've been unsure about what you wanted in life. How did the outcomes manifest? They were often unclear or unsatisfactory because your desires were not specific enough to draw the universe's full attention. To manifest with speed and ease, you must define exactly what you want. The clearer your mental picture, the more precise the action of manifestation becomes. One of the most powerful aspects of vision is its ability to shape your reality through focused thought. When you hold a vision in your mind and consistently return to it, you are reinforcing that reality, training your mind to believe it is possible and inevitable. Every time you visualize your desires with intensity, you are taking a step closer to seeing them materialize in your physical world. Your thoughts, which are the precursor to your actions, begin to align with the vision you are holding. As a result, you begin to see opportunities, people, and situations in your life that are in harmony with your vision. What once seemed impossible now becomes an achievable reality because you have trained your mind and energy to align with the very thing you seek. When you are deeply invested in your vision, you infuse it with emotional energy. Emotions are the fuel that propels the manifestation process. The universe responds to the energy of emotions. And when you pair your vision with powerful emotions such as joy, love, and gratitude, you are sending out a magnetic force that attracts your desires with greater speed. The emotional component adds another layer of depth to your vision, making it more potent and more likely to manifest. It is the emotion you feel as you visualize your desires that speeds up the process, for emotion is what gives vision its power. Visualization should be done with consistency and dedication. Just like any skill, the more you practice, the stronger it becomes. By dedicating time each day to visualizing your desires with clarity and intensity, you are reinforcing the image in your subconscious mind. The subconscious is where true creation begins. It is the foundation from which your thoughts and actions spring. When you train your subconscious mind to accept your vision as reality, the external world begins to shift to match that internal image. Your actions, your words, and your energy all begin to reflect the vision you hold. And this alignment is what speeds up manifestation. It is important to remain patient while visualizing, as the universe works in its own time and space. However, when you hold a clear vision with intensity, trusting in the process and releasing attachment to how and when it will unfold, the manifestation process is accelerated. Your unwavering belief in the power of your vision acts as the catalyst that drives the universe to bring your desires into form. The power of vision is an extraordinary tool that, when used with clarity and intensity, can bring anything you desire back into your life. The clearer your vision, the faster the universe will respond. Visualization, when paired with emotion and consistency, creates a powerful energetic force that aligns your mind, body, and the universe to bring your desires to fruition. By embracing this power, you are not just waiting for things to happen, you are actively co-creating your reality, with the universe as your partner in manifestation. The clearer you see it, the sooner it will come to you. In conclusion, the universe operates through the powerful principles of alignment, faith, and gratitude. By trusting in your vision, embracing the energy of gratitude, and surrendering to the natural flow of the universe, you unlock the potential to bring back everything you've lost and more. The clarity and intensity with which you visualize your desires, coupled with unwavering faith in their return, will inevitably align your reality with the abundance you seek, Remember, you are the creator of your experience, and everything you've lost is simply making space for something greater. Trust the process, remain patient, and stay aligned with the energy of what you want to bring back into your life. Thank you for your time, your focus, and your dedication to manifesting all that is rightfully yours. The universe is already responding to your intentions. Imagine standing in the midst of chaos, where every voice demands your attention, every event calls for your response, and yet you remain calm, unshaken, and resolute. In that moment, you wield the greatest power known to man, the power of not reacting. To control your emotion is not to suppress it, but to master it. It begins with awareness. The moment you feel anger, fear, or frustration rising within you, pause. Recognize that these emotions are but waves on the ocean of your consciousness. They rise, they fall, but they are not you. You are the stillness beneath, the observer who chooses whether to ride the wave or let it pass. Silence is your ally. When provoked, when tempted to defend or explain, remind yourself that silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. It allows you to see beyond the moment, to perceive the broader picture. Reacting is easy, it requires no thought, no awareness. But to remain still, to respond with intention, is to rise above the fray. Your inner state is the architect of your outer reality. When you react impulsively, you scatter your creative energy. You become entangled in the web of circumstances, losing sight of your true power. But when you remain composed, you channel your energy toward your highest vision. The external world conforms to the stability of your inner world. What you react to, you energize. If you respond with anger, you feed anger. If with fear, you magnify fear. But when you choose not to react, you starve the negativity. It dissolves, unable to sustain itself without your energy. This is how you reclaim your peace and power. To master your emotions is to master the world. When you remain calm amidst conflict, you disarm those who seek to disturb you. When you respond with patience, you outlast those who seek to provoke you. Strength is not found in shouting the loudest, but in standing firm in your silence. Understand the power of patience. In your stillness, solutions arise. In your calm, the right opportunities present themselves. Life will test you, but every trial is an invitation to grow stronger, to refine your ability to choose response over reaction. So the next time you feel the urge to react, pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, will this reaction bring me closer to the life I desire? Choose composure, choose clarity, and watch as your world transforms. Awareness is the foundation of emotional mastery, a concept often misunderstood as simply being alert or conscious. True awareness goes deeper. It is about recognizing your emotions as they arise, observing them without judgment, and creating the mental space needed to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. It is the gateway to self-control, the pause that empowers you to choose your actions instead of being ruled by them. When you experience an emotion, your first instinct may be to label it anger, sadness, joy, or fear. These labels, while useful, can also confine you. They lead you to believe that the emotion defines you, that it is a fixed state rather than a passing experience. Awareness challenges this notion. It teaches you to see emotions as transient waves that arise within the vast ocean of your consciousness. Just as a wave does not define the ocean, an emotion does not define you. It is simply energy moving through you, a signal asking for attention, not control. To cultivate awareness, you must first slow down. In our fast-paced lives, emotions often go unnoticed until they explode into action or weigh us down with their unacknowledged presence. The key is to catch them early, in the subtle moments when they first appear. This requires mindfulness, a practice of tuning into your inner world without distraction. Pay attention to the sensations in your body, the thoughts in your mind, and the shifts in your mood. Notice the tightness in your chest when anger stirs, or the sinking feeling in your stomach when anxiety takes hold. These physical cues are the doorways to understanding your emotions. Recognizing your emotions without judgment is crucial. Judgment creates resistance, and resistance amplifies the very feelings you wish to manage. For example, if you feel anger and immediately think, "I shouldn't feel this way," you add a layer of guilt or frustration to the original emotion. This compounds the problem, making it harder to address. Instead, try acknowledging the emotion as it is. "I feel angry." No blame, no analysis, just recognition. This simple act of acknowledgement diffuses the intensity of the emotion, allowing you to see it more clearly. Awareness also creates a pause, a space between the stimulus and your response. Imagine someone cuts you off in traffic. Your instinct might be to honk, yell, or let frustration consume you. Without awareness, this reaction is almost automatic. But with awareness, you notice the surge of anger before it takes over. In that moment, you can choose: do I want to react in anger, or can I let this go and maintain my peace? This space, though small, is powerful. It is where freedom resides, the freedom to act intentionally rather than be driven by impulse. Over time, this practice of observing emotions and pausing before reacting rewires your mind. You begin to notice patterns, how certain triggers consistently evoke specific responses, how old wounds resurface in new situations, how your thoughts shape your feelings. With this understanding, you gain greater control over your emotional landscape. You are no longer at the mercy of external events or internal turbulence. You become the master of your experience. Awareness also fosters compassion for yourself and others. When you see your own emotions with clarity and acceptance, you naturally extend the same understanding to those around you. You recognize that everyone is navigating their own emotional waves, often unconsciously. This perspective reduces conflict and strengthens your connections as you approach interactions with empathy rather than reactivity. Awareness is not about suppressing or escaping your emotions. It is about meeting them with curiosity and grace, allowing them to flow through you without dictating your actions. It transforms emotional challenges into opportunities for growth, helping you align your responses with your values and goals. Through awareness, you gain the ability to create a life of intention, resilience, and inner peace. Silence is often misunderstood as weakness, passivity, or indifference. However, silence, when chosen deliberately, is a profound act of strength and wisdom. It is a space where clarity emerges and thoughtful responses take shape. Resisting the urge to react, especially in the heat of the moment, is not about suppressing your feelings, but about creating the opportunity to channel them constructively. Silence is not the absence of action, it is the presence of intention. When faced with provocation, our instinct is often to react immediately. Whether it is to defend ourselves, assert our point of view, or retaliate, this reactive behavior stems from a place of ego. It is a knee-jerk response, driven by emotions rather than logic or understanding. While it might feel satisfying in the moment, impulsive reactions often lead to regret, misunderstanding, or escalation of conflict. Silence, on the other hand, gives you the power to step back, assess the situation, and choose a response that aligns with your true self. The first benefit of silence is the pause it creates. In that pause, emotions lose their grip, and reason has a chance to emerge. When someone criticizes or confronts you, silence allows you to process their words without the haze of defensiveness clouding your judgment. It gives you the opportunity to ask yourself, what is the true intention behind their words? Are they seeking understanding, or are they projecting their own frustrations? This moment of introspection can prevent you from saying or doing something that could damage relationships or your own sense of peace. Silence also disarms those who seek to provoke you. When people expect a reaction and are met with calm instead, they are often forced to confront their own behavior. Your silence reflects a refusal to engage in negativity, signaling that you are not easily swayed by external circumstances. It is a powerful way to maintain control over your emotions and the situation. By not reacting, you shift the dynamic, often diffusing tension and redirecting the conversation toward a more constructive path. Silence is a sign of self-confidence. It demonstrates that you are secure enough in yourself that you do not feel the need to prove anything to anyone. This quiet strength commands respect, as it shows you value your peace over temporary victories in arguments or confrontations. It also allows others to see you as composed and thoughtful, someone who prioritizes understanding over conflict. Silence is not only about withholding words, but also about listening deeply. When you choose to remain silent, you give yourself the chance to truly hear what the other person is saying, not just their words, but the emotions and intentions behind them. This active listening helps you respond in a way that addresses the core issue rather than just the surface conflict. It turns potential disputes into opportunities for connection and resolution. At times, silence is the only response that can communicate the depth of your understanding or the firmness of your resolve. Words can sometimes diminish the weight of a moment, while silence amplifies it. For example, in situations where no explanation will suffice or where emotions run too high for words to heal, silence speaks volumes. It conveys restraint, dignity, and wisdom, qualities that can transform even the most challenging interactions. Practicing silence requires discipline and self-awareness. It is not about bottling up your emotions or avoiding confrontation, but about choosing when and how to express yourself. It is about recognizing that not every situation requires your input, and that sometimes the most impactful response is no response at all. In the stillness of silence, you gain perspective. You are able to step out of the immediate moment and see the bigger picture. This clarity allows you to respond in a way that is not only appropriate but also constructive. It turns reactive impulses into deliberate actions, enabling you to navigate challenges with grace and composure. Silence is a tool for empowerment. It allows you to maintain control over your emotions, preserve your energy, and act in alignment with your values. By resisting the urge to react, you reclaim your power and choose responses that reflect your highest self. In doing so, you create a life marked by thoughtful interactions, meaningful relationships, and lasting inner peace. Your inner state is the foundation upon which your reality is built. Every thought, emotion, and belief you hold radiates outward, influencing the circumstances and experiences you encounter. Emotional stability is the cornerstone of this process, as it provides the clarity and focus needed to shape the life you desire. When your emotions are balanced and your mind is calm, you can direct your energy toward manifesting outcomes aligned with your intentions. Emotional stability begins with self-awareness. To create the reality you want, you must first understand the emotions that dominate your inner world. Emotions are like signals. They reveal your current state of being and point toward the beliefs and patterns that shape your life. When you feel frustrated or anxious, it is often a reflection of resistance or doubt within you. Conversely, when you feel calm, confident, and hopeful, you align yourself with the energy needed to manifest your desires. This alignment is the key to transforming thoughts into reality. The clarity of mind is essential for manifestation. A scattered mind, overwhelmed by conflicting emotions or doubts, cannot focus its energy effectively. Imagine trying to build a house without a clear blueprint. Each decision would be haphazard, resulting in a structure that lacks integrity. Similarly, an unstable emotional state disrupts the process of creation. By cultivating emotional balance, you provide yourself with a clear blueprint, allowing your thoughts and intentions to take form with precision and purpose. The power of emotional stability lies in its ability to maintain focus, even in the face of challenges. Life often presents obstacles, but how you respond to them determines whether you stay on course or veer off track. When you react impulsively to setbacks, you scatter your energy and weaken your ability to manifest your goals. However, when you remain grounded and composed, you maintain your connection to your vision, allowing it to unfold despite external disruptions. Emotional stability acts as an anchor, keeping you aligned with your purpose regardless of the storms around you. Your inner state also influences the energy you project into the world. Every interaction, decision, and action carries the vibration of your emotions. If you approach life with fear, anger, or doubt, you attract situations that mirror those feelings. On the other hand, when you radiate confidence, gratitude, and peace, You draw experiences that reflect those positive states. This is the essence of the saying, like attracts like. Emotional stability enables you to consistently emit positive energy, creating a reality that aligns with your highest aspirations. Emotional stability enhances your ability to visualize and focus on your goals. Visualization is a powerful tool for manifestation, but it requires a calm and centered mind to be truly effective. When your emotions are in turmoil, your mental images become distorted, and your intentions lose their clarity. By maintaining emotional balance, you create a mental environment where your visions can flourish. You see your goals not as distant possibilities but as present realities already within your grasp. Emotional stability also fosters resilience, a vital quality for achieving long-term success. Manifestation is not always an instant process. It requires patience and persistence. There will be moments when progress seems slow or obstacles appear insurmountable. In these times, your inner state becomes your greatest asset. Stability allows you to trust in the process, to believe in your ability to overcome challenges, and to remain focused on your desired outcome. It transforms setbacks into opportunities for growth and keeps you moving forward with unwavering determination. Emotional stability deepens your connection to the present moment. While it is natural to dream of the future, the present is where creation occurs. When your emotions are balanced, you can fully engage with the here and now, taking inspired action toward your goals. This presence amplifies your ability to manifest as it aligns your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the reality you wish to create. In shaping your reality, your inner state is the most powerful tool you possess. Emotional stability is not just a shield against chaos, but a catalyst for transformation. By maintaining focus and clarity, you harness your inner power to manifest a life that reflects your true desires. As you cultivate this balance, you will find that the world around you begins to shift, aligning with the peace and purpose within you. Energy flows where attention goes, a principle that underpins the way we experience and shape our lives. Whatever you focus on, be it positive or negative, receives the energy required to grow and expand. This truth holds immense power, as it highlights the role of your attention in creating your reality. When you react emotionally to situations, you feed them with your energy, often without realizing the consequences. By consciously choosing where to direct your attention, you gain the ability to influence the trajectory of your life. When you react to a negative situation, you inadvertently fuel its momentum. Anger, frustration, or worry acts like fertilizer, nurturing the very circumstances you wish to avoid. Consider an argument. The more you engage in heated exchanges, the more the conflict escalates. Each reaction adds energy to the disagreement, entrenching both sides further into their positions. But if you resist the urge to react and instead maintain a calm and measured presence, the conflict loses its power. Without your energy to sustain it, negativity diminishes and eventually fades away. This principle is not about ignoring problems or pretending negativity does not exist. It is about choosing how to respond in a way that aligns with your highest good. Reacting emotionally to negativity often clouds judgment, leading to impulsive decisions that perpetuate the issue. However, when you step back and approach the situation with awareness, you can redirect your energy towards solutions rather than feeding the problem. Your energy is a finite resource, and where you invest it determines the quality of your life. When you pour energy into negativity, whether it is a challenging relationship, a stressful job, or a frustrating circumstance, you deplete yourself without making meaningful progress. Imagine carrying a heavy bucket of water and pouring it into a dry, barren field that cannot yield fruit. The effort exhausts you, yet nothing beneficial comes of it. Now imagine channeling that same energy into fertile soil. With care and intention, your effort leads to growth and abundance. This is the power of directing your attention wisely. Avoiding reaction to negativity does not mean suppressing your emotions. It means acknowledging them without letting them take control. When a situation provokes you, pause and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? What am I contributing to by reacting? This moment of reflection can help you shift your focus from the problem to the solution, from the temporary discomfort to the long-term vision of peace and fulfillment. Focusing on positive aspects does not ignore reality, it reshapes it. If a coworker criticizes you unfairly, reacting defensively might seem natural, but it often escalates the tension. Instead, you can choose to focus on your work, your growth, and your ability to rise above the situation. By directing your energy toward improvement and maintaining composure, you not only protect your peace, but also create an environment where negativity struggles to take root. In your inner world, what you pay attention to expands. Dwelling on fears, doubts, or regrets amplifies their presence in your mind, making them appear larger and more insurmountable than they are. But shifting your focus to gratitude, possibilities, and strengths diminishes the hold of negativity. It is like turning on a light in a dark room. The shadows retreat, not because they have been fought, but because light has been introduced. Avoiding reaction also enhances your ability to influence others positively. When you refrain from reacting emotionally, you set an example of self-mastery that can inspire those around you. People are often drawn to those who remain calm and composed in challenging situations. By redirecting your energy toward understanding and empathy, you create a ripple effect that transforms not only your life but also the lives of those you interact with. The practice of consciously choosing your focus requires discipline and mindfulness. It involves recognizing the triggers that pull you into reactionary patterns and deliberately shifting your attention to what uplifts and empowers you. Over time, this practice becomes a habit, reshaping your inner state and consequently your external reality. Your energy is a gift, and your attention is the channel through which it flows. By choosing not to react to negativity, you reclaim your power and direct it toward what truly matters. As you cultivate this awareness, you will find that life begins to reflect the positivity and purpose you nurture within. What you choose to focus on will grow, and as you focus on the good, it will multiply, transforming your world in profound and meaningful ways. Mastery of oneself is the key to mastering the world. The ability to remain composed in challenging moments, when emotions threaten to overwhelm and chaos seems imminent, reflects a strength and confidence that few possess. It is not the absence of difficulty that defines true mastery, but the ability to navigate it with grace and unwavering self-control. This inner equilibrium, cultivated over time, empowers you to influence your surroundings, command respect, and achieve your highest aspirations. Self-mastery begins with awareness. To master yourself, you must first understand your reactions, impulses, and triggers. When faced with adversity, the natural instinct is often to react impulsively, whether in anger, frustration, or fear. These reactions, while momentarily satisfying, often lead to regret or unintended consequences. By observing your emotions without judgment, you create a space between stimulus and response. This space is where composure is born. It allows you to pause, reflect, and choose a course of action aligned with your principles and long-term goals. Remaining composed in challenging moments demonstrates inner strength because it requires discipline and self-restraint. Anyone can react in the heat of the moment, but it takes true power to hold steady when emotions run high. Consider the strength of a river contained by its banks. Its power is not diminished by the boundaries but directed and harnessed. Similarly, your ability to remain composed channels your energy constructively, turning potential chaos into order and opportunity. Confidence flows naturally from this sense of control. When you trust yourself to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, you carry an aura of calm assurance. Others recognize this quality, often interpreting it as leadership or wisdom. The composed individual inspires trust because they appear unshaken, even in the face of difficulty. This confidence is not arrogance, but a quiet knowing that you have the tools to navigate any situation. It is a magnetic quality, drawing people toward you and amplifying your ability to influence and inspire. Challenging moments test the depth of your self-mastery. When you encounter setbacks, criticism, or unforeseen obstacles, how you respond reveals the extent of your inner strength. Instead of succumbing to frustration or self-pity, the composed individual sees these challenges as opportunities for growth. Every difficult moment is a chance to practice patience, resilience, and self-control. Over time, these qualities become second nature, fortifying your character and expanding your capacity for success. Mastering yourself also transforms your perception of the world. When you are not ruled by your emotions, you see situations with greater clarity. Composure enables you to assess challenges objectively, without the cloud of anger or fear. This clarity allows you to make decisions that are not only effective but also aligned with your values. It also fosters empathy, as you can step outside your own emotional state to understand the perspectives of others. This understanding enhances your relationships and strengthens your ability to navigate social dynamics. The ripple effects of self-mastery extend beyond personal growth. A composed individual sets the tone for those around them, creating an environment of stability and focus. Whether in the workplace, family, or community, your ability to remain calm under pressure inspires others to do the same. This influence is particularly valuable in leadership roles, where composure can mean the difference between success and failure. A leader who remains calm in a crisis projects confidence and steadiness, reassuring those who look to them for guidance. Self-mastery is not about suppressing emotions or denying vulnerability. It is about understanding your emotions and choosing how to express them. Suppression leads to internal conflict, while healthy self-expression fosters balance. Mastery involves acknowledging your feelings, processing them constructively, and responding in a way that aligns with your intentions. It is the art of balancing strength with sensitivity, confidence with humility. Mastering yourself is a lifelong journey, not a destination. It requires continuous practice and a willingness to confront your own limitations. Each time you choose composure over reaction, you strengthen your inner foundation. Over time, this foundation becomes unshakable, allowing you to navigate life's storms with poise and confidence. Patience is often misunderstood as mere endurance or passive waiting, but in truth, it is one of the most profound expressions of strength and mastery. To wait without reacting impulsively, especially in moments of uncertainty or challenge, requires immense inner power. Patience is not the absence of action but the presence of wisdom, allowing you to act thoughtfully rather than react hastily. It creates the conditions for better decisions and aligns you with possibilities that might otherwise remain unseen in the fog of impulsiveness. When faced with a situation that provokes anxiety, frustration, or impatience, the instinctive response is often to act immediately to resolve discomfort. Yet this very urge to react can lead to decisions born from fear or haste rather than clarity and intention. Patience interrupts this cycle, creating space between the stimulus and your response. In that space, you find the opportunity to reflect, to gather information, and to align your actions with your higher purpose. It is within this pause that the seeds of wisdom are planted. Patience is not passivity, it is deliberate restraint. It is the recognition that not every situation demands an immediate response and that some outcomes are better served by waiting. Consider the process of planting a seed. No amount of rushing will make it sprout faster. The seed requires time, nurturing, and trust in nature's process. Similarly, many of life's challenges and opportunities unfold in their own time. Patience allows you to honor this natural rhythm, trusting that the right action will reveal itself when the moment is ripe. Waiting without reacting also opens the door to higher possibilities. Impulsiveness often narrows your vision, fixating on immediate problems or outcomes. Patience, on the other hand, broadens your perspective, enabling you to see opportunities that might otherwise go unnoticed. When you resist the urge to act hastily, you allow time for new information, insights, or solutions to emerge. These higher possibilities often align more closely with your long-term goals and values, leading to outcomes that are not only effective but also deeply fulfilling. Patience is closely tied to emotional intelligence. To wait without reacting requires the ability to manage your emotions, to sit with discomfort without letting it dictate your actions. This is no small feat, as emotions can be powerful forces, urging you to act on impulse. Yet by cultivating patience, you develop the ability to observe your emotions without being ruled by them. You learn to acknowledge your feelings, whether they be frustration, fear, or excitement, while maintaining the clarity needed to choose your response wisely. One of the greatest gifts of patience is its ability to transform relationships. In interactions with others, reacting impulsively often leads to misunderstandings, conflicts, or regrets. Patience, however, fosters empathy and understanding. By waiting before responding, you create the space to listen deeply, to consider another's perspective, and to respond in a way that builds connection rather than division. This practice strengthens relationships and builds trust, as others come to see you as a person of thoughtfulness and integrity. Patience also aligns you with a deeper sense of purpose. When you wait without reacting, you demonstrate trust not only in yourself but in the unfolding of life. This trust is a powerful force, anchoring you in the belief that things will work out as they should. It shifts your focus from immediate gratification to long-term fulfillment, from fear to faith. This alignment with purpose is where patience reveals its ultimate power, guiding you toward a life that reflects your highest aspirations. Patience requires intention and mindfulness. It is a skill that grows with practice as you learn to pause and reflect before acting. Start with small moments, a delayed response to a frustrating comment, a mindful breath before making a decision, or the willingness to sit with uncertainty without rushing to resolve it. Over time, these small acts of patience accumulate, strengthening your ability to remain composed and thoughtful in even the most challenging situations. It is not about suppressing your desires or ignoring your needs. It is about channeling your energy in a way that serves your greater good. It is about recognizing that not all battles need to be fought immediately, that not all problems require instant solutions. By cultivating patience, you align yourself with the flow of life, allowing its natural rhythms to guide you toward outcomes that are not only better but often beyond what you could have imagined. Patience becomes the ultimate power. It grants you the strength to wait with intention, the clarity to make wise decisions, and the trust to align with higher possibilities. It is a quiet but profound force, shaping your life from the inside out and enabling you to navigate challenges with grace, wisdom, and purpose. In mastering the art of patience, you unlock a power that transcends the moment, guiding you toward a life of deeper fulfillment and meaning. In mastering the art of not reacting, you unlock a transformative power within yourself, one that grants you clarity, strength, and alignment with your higher purpose. By cultivating awareness, embracing patience, and resisting the urge to feed negativity, you step into a realm where your emotions serve you rather than control you. This mastery not only shapes your inner state but also ripples outward, influencing your reality, relationships, and opportunities in profound ways. True strength lies in composure, and true wisdom lies in choosing your responses with intention. When you align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with this inner mastery, you rise above fleeting impulses and gain the ability to shape a life that reflects your highest self. Remember, the power is not in reacting but in consciously creating moment by moment. Thank you for taking this journey of reflection and empowerment. May you continue to cultivate the strength to master yourself, and in doing so, master your world. Ladies and gentlemen, wealth is not a destination, it is a state of being. To manifest it, you must first understand this profound truth: the riches you seek are already within you. They do not lie in the world outside, but in the inner realm of your imagination. It is here, in this boundless creative space, that the seeds of abundance are sown. Close your eyes and see yourself as you wish to be. Picture the life of wealth and ease you desire. But do not stop there, feel it. Feel the freedom of financial security, the joy of giving generously, and the serenity of knowing that all your needs are met. This feeling is the key to unlocking the wealth that awaits you. Yet as you embark on this journey, remember this: let go of the how. The means are not your concern, they belong to the infinite intelligence of the universe. Trust that as you hold steadfast to your vision, the way will reveal itself. Your task is simple: to stay faithful to the reality you have imagined. Gratitude and confidence are your allies. Begin each day by giving thanks for what you already have, for gratitude is the magnet that pulls more abundance into your life. Stand tall in the conviction that you are worthy of wealth. Say to yourself, I am the embodiment of abundance, and wealth flows to me effortlessly. Persist, even when the physical world contradicts your vision. The external reality is but a shadow of your inner state. Do not waver. Hold the image of wealth firmly in your mind, knowing that what you sustain within must manifest without. Release the chains of doubt and fear. They are illusions that serve only to block the flow of abundance. Replace them with the unwavering belief that you were born to live a life of prosperity. Wealth is not reserved for the few, it is a divine inheritance available to all who dare to claim it. So today begin. Take the first step into your inner world and create the wealth you desire. Feel it, live it, and trust that it is already yours. In due time, the riches of your imagination will materialize before your eyes, transforming your life in ways beyond your wildest dreams. Wealth, in its truest form, is not something external to be chased or conquered. It is an inner reality that must first be realized within the depths of your imagination. To manifest wealth in the physical world, you must understand that it originates within you, shaped by the thoughts, images, and beliefs you consistently hold. Your imagination is the fountain of creation, the tool through which all abundance flows. Close your eyes for a moment and consider the immense power of your imagination. It can transport you to places you've never been, allow you to experience emotions tied to events yet to happen, and vividly paint the life you desire. The wealth you seek begins here. When you imagine yourself as wealthy, surrounded by the symbols of abundance, whether that is a thriving business, a beautiful home, or the ability to give generously, you activate a powerful force within you. This force begins to align the external world with the inner reality you have created. The process is deceptively simple. See yourself already wealthy. Do not merely observe this reality from a distance, step into it fully. Imagine the details of your life as a wealthy individual. What do your days look like? How do you feel? How do you interact with others? And how do they respond to you? The clearer and more vivid this picture becomes, the stronger the signal you send to the universe. Yet imagining wealth is not just about seeing it, it is about feeling it. The key to manifestation lies in your emotional connection to the vision. It is not enough to visualize a life of abundance, you must feel the joy, security, and freedom that come with it. These feelings act as a magnet, drawing the experiences and opportunities necessary to make your vision a reality. When you feel wealthy, even before the physical evidence appears, you begin to emit the frequency of abundance. This is where many falter. They believe their current circumstances are more real than the reality they are crafting within. They let doubt creep in, whispering that wealth is hard to attain or reserved for others. But understand this: the external world is merely a reflection of your internal state. If you persist in seeing yourself as wealthy, regardless of current conditions, the outer world will eventually conform to your inner vision. Imagination is not bound by the limitations of time and space. It operates in the realm of infinite possibilities, where anything you can conceive and believe becomes possible. By consistently using your imagination to dwell in the reality of wealth, you are reprogramming your subconscious mind, which then works tirelessly to align your actions, choices, and circumstances with this new belief. Wealth does not flow to those who chase it desperately, but to those who embody it confidently. When you understand that your imagination is the source of abundance, you realize that you already possess the power to create the life you desire. Trust this process and let the wealth within you unfold effortlessly into your external world. To manifest wealth, you must cultivate the ability to feel as though it is already yours. This is not merely a mental exercise or a hopeful daydream, it is an immersive practice of embodying the state of abundance in the present moment. The universe responds not to your wishes or words, but to the energy you emit. When you feel the reality of wealth now, you align yourself with the frequency of abundance, and your external world begins to reflect that alignment. You start by imagining the life you desire in vivid detail. Picture yourself surrounded by the symbols of wealth that resonate with you: a thriving career, financial security, the freedom to travel, or the ability to give generously. But don't stop at the visual level, go deeper. Imagine the textures, sounds, and emotions of this life. Hear the laughter of your loved ones in your dream home. Feel the smooth leather of your new car, or sense the exhilaration of accomplishing financial milestones. These details create a sense of reality in your mind. Once you have this image, step into it fully. Act and think as though you are already living the life of abundance you desire. Begin your day with the mindset of someone who is wealthy. Ask yourself, how would I feel if my financial goals were already met? How would I carry myself? What decisions would I make? Let these questions guide your thoughts, words, and actions. Feeling the reality of wealth means embodying the confidence, joy, and gratitude that come with abundance. Confidence does not arise from waiting for proof of wealth to appear, it comes from knowing that it is already yours. Stand tall, speak with assurance, and move through life with the ease of someone who trusts that everything they need is already provided. Gratitude is equally essential. Begin each day by giving thanks for the wealth you currently have, no matter how modest. Gratitude magnifies your sense of abundance and signals to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Do not underestimate the power of small actions that align with your vision of wealth. If you were financially abundant, how would you treat yourself? Perhaps you would dress with care, invest in your health, or cultivate meaningful experiences. Start doing these things now within your current means. These actions reinforce the feeling of wealth and create momentum toward its manifestation. Challenges may arise, and your external circumstances may initially appear unchanged. But remember, the physical world is a delayed reflection of your inner state. Persist in the feeling of wealth despite appearances. Do not let doubt or impatience rob you of the transformation taking place within. By feeling the reality of wealth now, you transcend the limitations of time. You no longer wait for wealth to arrive, you bring it into being through the power of your belief and emotions. As you embody abundance in thought and feeling, the universe has no choice but to deliver the reality you have claimed. One of the greatest obstacles to manifesting wealth is the tendency to fixate on how it will come into your life. This attachment to the method, the process, or the sequence of events creates resistance and blocks the natural flow of abundance. To manifest wealth, you must release the need to control the how and instead trust that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, will orchestrate the means to bring your vision into reality. The human mind often craves certainty and control. You may find yourself devising elaborate plans or questioning how your current circumstances could possibly lead to wealth. These doubts and attempts to dictate the process stem from a lack of trust in the creative power of the universe. Understand this: your role is not to figure out every step of the journey. Your role is to stay aligned with the vision of wealth, to believe it is yours, and to take inspired action when opportunities arise. Imagine planting a seed in fertile soil. You don't stand over it every day, digging it up to check if it's growing. Instead, you trust the natural process of growth, providing water, sunlight, and care without interfering. And manifestation works the same way. The seed of wealth is planted in your imagination, and your faith nurtures it into being. The how is like the unseen roots spreading beneath the soil, unseen but essential to the blossoming of your desires. When you release the need to know how, you open yourself to the infinite possibilities the universe can offer. Wealth can flow to you through channels you never anticipated: an unexpected opportunity, a chance meeting, or a sudden surge of inspiration. When you are fixated on one specific path, you may overlook these alternative avenues. Trusting the process allows you to remain open and receptive to the countless ways your vision can manifest. Detachment from the how also frees you from the burden of overthinking and stress. Worrying about the mechanics of manifestation creates doubt and lowers your vibrational frequency, pushing wealth further away. Instead, focus on the end result, what it feels like to have already achieved your financial goals. Immerse yourself in that feeling of security, freedom, and joy, and let the universe handle the details. This does not mean you sit idle, waiting for wealth to fall into your lap. Inspired action is a vital part of the process. However, such action arises naturally when you are in alignment with your vision. It feels effortless and intuitive, not forced or strained. When you are detached from the how, you can recognize these moments of inspiration and act on them with confidence, knowing they are part of the universe's plan. Trust is the foundation of manifestation. Trust that the universe knows the perfect way to bring your vision into reality. Trust that you are worthy of wealth and that it is already making its way to you. Release control, surrender the how, and focus on staying aligned with your vision. In doing so, you allow the universe to work its magic and bring abundance into your life in ways far beyond your imagination. Gratitude and confidence are two of the most powerful forces in the process of manifestation. When you align with these two qualities, you tap into the very essence of abundance. Gratitude for what you already have creates a magnetic energy that attracts more wealth, opportunities, and blessings into your life. Confidence in your own worthiness amplifies your ability to receive these gifts, creating a cycle of abundance that continues to grow and expand. Gratitude is not just a simple act of saying thank you, it is a deep, heartfelt acknowledgement of the wealth you already possess in your life. Whether it is the relationships you cherish, your health, the opportunities you have, or even the simple comforts of your daily life, gratitude turns your attention to the positive aspects of your reality. This shift in focus is crucial because what you focus on expands. When you consciously choose to focus on the abundance you already have, you signal to the universe that you are ready for more. Gratitude acts as a powerful magnet for more of what you desire. When you feel thankful for what is already present in your life, you create a vibrational frequency that attracts more of the same. Imagine this: every time you express gratitude, you are casting a signal into the universe that you are open to receiving even more. This is why the practice of gratitude is so transformative. It shifts your energy from scarcity to abundance. It opens your heart to the infinite possibilities that surround you. In addition to gratitude, confidence in your worthiness plays an equally vital role in manifesting wealth. Many people struggle with feelings of unworthiness or fear that they don't deserve the success they desire. This mindset blocks the flow of abundance and creates resistance. But when you cultivate confidence, you remove these barriers and open yourself to the full potential of your dreams. Confidence in your worth is the foundation of abundance. It tells the universe that you believe you are deserving of everything you desire, and that you are ready to receive it. Confidence does not stem from external achievements or material possessions, it comes from within. It arises when you truly understand that you are an integral part of the abundant universe. You are not separate from wealth, you are a creator of it. When you believe in your worthiness, you align yourself with the flow of abundance that is available to all. You stop doubting your ability to create wealth, and you begin to expect it, knowing that it is already on its way. This powerful combination of gratitude and confidence creates a harmonious energy that draws wealth to you effortlessly. Gratitude keeps you in a state of appreciation for what you have, and confidence ensures you stay open and ready to receive more. Together, these qualities shift your vibration, allowing you to live in a state of constant abundance. To manifest wealth easily, begin by acknowledging the wealth you already have, both in material and non-material forms. Feel genuine gratitude for everything in your life. Simultaneously, affirm your worthiness. Declare to yourself that you are deserving of the riches you desire. When you align with both gratitude and confidence, you become a magnet for wealth, and the universe will conspire to bring it to you in the most unexpected and delightful ways. Wealth is not a matter of what is visible in your current environment, but rather a state of mind that you must persist in, regardless of the external circumstances. The true secret to manifesting wealth is in your ability to maintain the mental state of having it, even when the physical evidence is not immediately present. Your mind is the creator of your reality, and when you consistently hold the mental image of yourself as wealthy, this vision will eventually shape your life. The world outside of you is constantly changing and evolving, and sometimes it may seem like your circumstances are far from what you desire. You may encounter setbacks, financial struggles, or unexpected challenges that make it difficult to believe in your abundance. However, these external situations are not the determining factor in your wealth, they are simply temporary reflections of your past thoughts. The key is to persist in your mental state of wealth, even when the outside world appears to contradict your desires. Imagine yourself in the most opulent and secure financial situation you can conceive. See it clearly in your mind's eye, feel the emotions that come with it, and immerse yourself in the sense of having already achieved your goals. This is the state of wealth. It is a feeling of total certainty that abundance is already yours, and it is a mental state that must be maintained despite what is happening in your present circumstances. The temptation to give up or question your ability to manifest wealth arises when you allow your attention to be drawn too strongly by your external situation. When you look at your bank balance, your job, or your current financial reality, you may feel disheartened or frustrated. But this is the very moment when your persistence is most important. Instead of succumbing to doubt, return to your mental state of wealth. Reaffirm your vision of prosperity, and reaffirm that your circumstances are merely temporary and will shift in alignment with your thoughts. Persistence in the state of wealth requires unwavering faith. It means not being swayed by the present moment and not allowing negative emotions or doubts to take root. You must hold steadfast to the belief that what you have imagined is already a reality, even if it has not yet manifested in physical form. By continuing to persist in this state, you activate the law of attraction, which brings circumstances, people, and opportunities into your life that are in harmony with your vision. Another important aspect of persisting in the state of wealth is the understanding that everything in your life is subject to change. Just as your mind can shape your current reality, it can reshape any aspect of your life, including your finances. The more you hold the mental image of yourself as wealthy and the more you persist in feeling that abundance is your natural state, the more quickly the external world will reflect this new belief. Do not allow the temporary nature of your circumstances to cloud your vision of the wealth you desire. The universe is always listening to your thoughts and emotions. By persisting in the state of wealth, regardless of what is currently visible, you will align yourself with the abundance that is already on its way to you. Your mental state is the key to unlocking the manifestation of your desires. Stay focused, remain persistent, and know that wealth is not something to be sought outside yourself, but something to be claimed within. To manifest wealth effortlessly, you must first clear away the limiting beliefs that have been ingrained in your mind over time. These beliefs, often shaped by past experiences, societal conditioning, or the opinions of others, create barriers that prevent you from fully embracing the abundance that is your natural state. One of the greatest obstacles to manifesting wealth is the belief that it is difficult to attain or that it is only reserved for a select few. Such beliefs keep you trapped in a cycle of scarcity and lack. To truly attract wealth into your life, you must release these limiting beliefs and replace them with the absolute certainty that abundance is your birthright. The first step in releasing limiting beliefs is to recognize them. Often these beliefs operate on a subconscious level, quietly shaping your actions and thoughts without you even being aware of their influence. You may find yourself thinking that money is hard to come by, that financial security requires struggle, or that you are not deserving of wealth. These thoughts might seem like harmless doubts, but they are powerful forces that create resistance to the flow of abundance. When you begin to notice these limiting beliefs, acknowledge them without judgment. Simply observe how they are affecting your mindset and your approach to wealth. Once you have identified the limiting beliefs, it is time to challenge them. Ask yourself where these beliefs originated from. Were they passed down from your parents or caregivers? Were they shaped by your experiences or the people around you? Often these beliefs are not even your own, but are the result of inherited thoughts or the collective mindset of society. When you realize that these beliefs do not belong to you and that they are based on false assumptions, you can begin to release them. Understand that just because these beliefs have been present in your life does not mean they are true, or that they must continue to control your reality. Next, replace these limiting beliefs with the certainty that wealth is your natural state. Wealth is not something external to you that must be earned or pursued. It is an inherent part of who you are. Abundance flows to you when you align with the knowing that you are deserving and capable of receiving it. The universe is abundant, and you are part of that abundance. Your very existence is proof that wealth is your birthright. When you fully accept this truth, you remove all barriers that may have stood in your way. To reinforce this new belief, immerse yourself in thoughts and actions that reflect your newfound certainty. Begin by repeating affirmations that support your belief in abundance. Affirm to yourself daily, I am worthy of wealth, abundance flows easily to me. And I am aligned with the energy of prosperity. As you repeat these statements, feel the truth of them in your body. Visualize yourself already living in the reality of wealth, seeing it, feeling it, and experiencing it as if it has already manifested. Surround yourself with people and influences that support this new belief. Seek out stories of those who have attained wealth and success with ease, and let their journeys inspire you. Read books, listen to podcasts, and engage with material that reinforces the idea that abundance is your natural state. The more you immerse yourself in this energy, the more it will become a part of your own belief system. As you release limiting beliefs and replace them with the certainty of your inherent abundance, you begin to align with the flow of wealth. You open yourself to the limitless possibilities that exist for you, and you become a magnet for prosperity. Remember, wealth is not difficult to attain, it is your natural state. And once you clear away the doubts and limiting beliefs, it will flow to you effortlessly. In conclusion, manifesting wealth is not a matter of chasing after something distant or unattainable. It is about aligning with the natural state of abundance that already exists within you. By tapping into the power of your imagination, feeling the reality of wealth now, detaching from the how, and aligning with gratitude and confidence, you create a magnetic energy that attracts wealth to you. Persisting in the mental state of having wealth, regardless of external circumstances, and releasing limiting beliefs that wealth is difficult to attain, further clears the path for prosperity to flow effortlessly into your life. Wealth is not something to be earned through struggle, but something to be claimed through the certainty that it is your birthright. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs shape your reality, and by consistently aligning with the vision of yourself as abundant, you activate the power to manifest the wealth you desire. The universe is always responding to your inner state, and when you embrace the natural flow of abundance, it will rush toward you in the most unexpected and delightful ways. Keep your focus, stay aligned with your vision, and trust that the wealth you seek is already on its way to you.